Welcome back to Remote Learning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is the second video for second grade. Second grade, today we're going to talk about value. It's one of the elements of art. Value when you're creating your artwork is lights and darks of a color, plus gray, since we're only using pencil. Adding value is usually referred to as shading. Light, medium, and dark values can be added to a drawing to make it look more realistic. We're going to be making a moonlit background using a variety of values, more than one. Then I'm going to show you how to make a simple tree with branches. You're only going to need a pencil and a piece of paper for this project. Coloring will be optional. Alright, hello second grade. For this project, we're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, and you see I already have my sharpener there. Let me adjust this just a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to be going this way. Portrait. We are going to need to draw 3 circles that are going to get larger as they get out towards the edge of the paper. There's a few concepts that we're going to focus on. The first one is going to be value, which is going to be lights and darks of a color, but in this case, since we're using just a pencil, it's just going to be gray. And overlapping. Our tree at the end is going to overlap our background. This is midnight trees. So first I'm going to draw a circle for the moon. Small circle in the upper left hand corner. You can do the upper right hand corner if you want to. Then I'm going to draw another bigger circle around that one. So now I have 2. Then I'm going to draw an even bigger circle. Don't worry about going off the page. Just got to imagine. Use your imagination. And this is where it would end up. Around the second circle. So now I have 1, 2, and 3 circles. Probably wouldn't even be here. I'm going to erase that. So again, moon, and then we have another circle, and then another circle. The reason why I keep saying the moon is because we're not going to shade this in. We're going to leave that empty. I'm even going to write that in there so we can erase it later. Empty. Don't shade that one in. For the rest of them, we're going to start shading. Now, the first one, you want to turn your pencil to the side and you want to lift off the paper a little bit. It's going to be lighter than you normally write. If it's too dark, then you can go in with your eraser and erase it. But it needs to be lighter than you normally write. The reason why I'm going sideways like this is because you can cover more area faster. You still want it to be neat. So this is one value. This is the lightest version of gray for our midnight trees. Now we're going to move on to the second circle, this bigger one, and you can write how you normally write. This is going to be our second value, our medium gray. Again, sideways, so we can cover more area faster. I'm gonna have to sharpen this pencil in a minute. Yeah, time to sharpen it. Oops. Yeah, that's nice. One circle. This is our medium gray. Shading how we would normally write. So pretty heavy. Now after you get through with this part, I would not blame you for wanting to take a break. There's a lot to shade. And it gets pretty boring after a while. But it'll be great when it's done. So we can take a break and then come back to it. Once you come back to it, we just need to do this empty space here. Now we're going to do that darker. We're going to do that with our dark value. This is our darkest version of gray. In order to achieve that, you press a little bit harder than you normally write. So now we have one version of gray, that's our lightest version, 2, our medium gray, and now we're working on 3, our darkest version of gray, for our darkest value. This is, again, gets kind of boring because you're just shading. So again, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to take a break after you finish this part also, because we want to make sure that we fill in all of this empty space. The only thing that should be white in the end is the moon. It's already looking pretty dark for our Midnight Trees project. I am not going to worry about getting any pencil on the table because I'm going to clean it off later, or else I have to face the wrath of my wife, and I don't want that. So it will be cleaned later. Alright, so now we have our moon, which is empty. We have our first value, and we have our second value, and we have our third value. Now you're probably wondering, Mr. Cobbs, where is the trees? For the trees, we're going to do what's called a Y method. First, we're going to draw really dark. If you have a Sharpie, then you can use that. Otherwise, you got to draw really dark. This is going to be the thickest part, or the trunk of the tree. Really thick and really dark. Darker than even the darkest part of your background. You're going to have to sharpen a couple of times for this. Alright, now that I have the tree trunk, now I can start drawing branches. I'm going to draw my first long branch. And you'll see that it looks like a letter Y. Anytime I add more branches onto it, I'm just adding more Y's. Even my smaller branches, just more letter Y's. Anytime I add a branch, I just make it look like the letter Y. I can do more of a pointy branch up here. It still looks like the letter Y. I can add a branch down here, letter Y. Add another letter Y. I can add a branch up here, letter Y. I can add another branch down here, letter Y. I can even add some branches on this side. So you see, if I add one over here, letter Y, I can add another one smaller, lower, letter Y. Add another branch, letter Y. I can even add a longer, creepier branch up here. Still makes the letter Y. Add another branch, letter Y. Another small branch, small letter Y. Branch, letter Y. And a last one, letter Y. Now you have midnight trees.
mrcobbsart.com. They say